Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me as we attempt this slightly new format. I normally do a game a day, every day. So, I do a game, I show off the game, I do some critique about it, and then, I sort of say go and play the game, and that is a daily video. But I thought I would try something a little different for the weekend. So on Saturdays, I'm going to try and do shorter little looks at more than one game, so you guys have a selection of games to go and check out and go and play, and that'll be Saturday, and it's a little bit more work intensive, so I might take a break on Sundays. I think that's probably healthy for me at the very least, and probably not much of an impact on you guys. So I'm still going to try and do a game a day on Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday I'm going to try and do these batch of games, just a shorter look at each one, probably not much critique unless something jumps out at me. And they'll all be sort of little games that I can do. Today we have 5 of them. I don't know if I'll always do 5. Then maybe I'll only do a couple. But if they're shorter games, maybe I'll even do more. Who knows? But today we have 5, and we're just going to go through them, give them a little bit of gameplay. Links for each of them are in the description, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Let's go and have a look at our first game. So, we are looking at idle isekai mining, and as you can see, the game starts with a bit of a tutorial, so we can follow that just to see how it's going to teach us how to play. I do like a good tutorial, so let's see what this one has. So our mining adventure begins, and it just says find your quests here. Which points us up to the top left there. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do there for a moment. I'd forgotten. So here we have our quests. Now, I have noticed, I believe, that if you complete the quest, even though it's not the top one on the list, it can sometimes, I think, complete it anyway. I don't know if it does it every time. I mean, it makes sense that it does. Anyway, so we need to open Mineshaft 1 in the coal mine. We can click go, it just makes the thing go away. But we're still in tutorial mode, so it's pointing at us down there to click on open the new shaft. So this is an idle incremental game about mining. It's pretty solidly straightforward about it, and I think it is a bit of a demo. So there's a lot of potential for the rest of the game. We have 10 gold up at the top. We have sort of an idle currency. I think that builds up while we're AFK or something like that, and then we have gems, which is a sort of a secondary currency. And then, of course, the wish list now buttons and things like that, and some settings, fairly decent settings. Anyway, we have 10 gold. It wants us to spend that 10 gold to open our first shaft. So let's click on that. So here we have a shaft, and we have a little eager miner with a very, very anime appearance. And we click on the miner, and they do some mining. And they go dunk, dunk, dunk. And they collect some ore and put it into the sort of the little trolley here for somebody to pick up, and that has unlocked the first person who will pick up for us. So it's 20 gold's worth of ore. It's not 20 gold, so there's 20 gold's worth of ore. This person then takes it from that and takes it up to the top here, and then a third person appears who will trundle along quite slowly, pick up the ore that this person has delivered up at the top, and then we'll take it off and sell it. And thus we have made 20 gold. And then we can also level up our mine by clicking on the upgrade level. That will boost a bunch of things. It will boost the production. It will eventually boost the number of units that we have, the walking speed of our person walking backwards and forwards, production speed, I suppose that's our mining speed, and the amount of capacity we can hold. So let's hit the upgrade, and then she's gone up a level, so it's now level 2, and then it also says the next boost is at level 10. So once we hit level 10, we get a sort of a bonus or a benefit of some sort. So what we can do is we can have a look now at our quest log. We can claim the fact that we have opened the mine shaft, which will give us a gem. So we have 1 gem that we can't spend yet, but we'll see what we can spend on soon. And this person wishes, the next quest rather, wishes us to upgrade the mine shaft to level 5. The gems, I think, well, let's have a look at the rest of the UI quickly. Down at the bottom left here, we have spells, of which we have none yet. I think these are things that we can unlock, but I don't think they stick around. Under here, we have our mine prestige. Oh, okay, so there is a prestige system. So once we make 10 million gold, which is way away, we can hit the prestige button, and then we will get 4 times income and then an extra 20 gems. The gems thing feels very sort of mobile game-ish, and I think there's a vibe to that. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Then we have various unlocks. I think these are the summons. Yeah, so these are the people we can summon. What would you call them? Supervisors. Let's try and get there to where we can. Okay, do this. So we need to click on that person, and I think we can click on this person and get them started. No. Oh yeah, no, we've got them just in time. So there, this person there. Click on this person. You keep going. You get back there. Yeah, so you can sort of preemptively time things a bit to try and make it more efficient. However, we don't need to keep doing that. Let's keep hitting these upgrades. All right, so we've gone up to level 5, and now we have something new, as you can see. So first of all, let's hand in our quest, and now it's a manager, so supervisor/manager. So we want to assign a manager. So if we click on this person, for example, we are able to hire a manager for 100 gold, but we don't have 100 gold yet, we just have 50. So let's just keep going here. Okay, it shouldn't take us too long to get to our 100 gold. Alright, once this guy does his delivery, we will have 100 gold. We'll need 300 gold because we won one for each of these, but let's have a look at our first one. So now, we can hire a manager. So this is just Amara, who can give us a boost of 3 times mining speed. When we can hire another one for 200. Anyway, 3 times mining speed is a kind of a temporary boost that we can fire, and it has a cooldown and things like that. But otherwise, what he mostly does is he just tells our person just to keep doing their thing. So we don't need to click on her anymore. So now this has become idle, basically, this mine. And obviously we can have more people for these people as well. You go pick that up, and you go fetch some more. Yeah, so... Alright, do we get some money for this? No, we just get a gem. Oh, yeah, we get, despite the big fancy display, we only get 1 gem for all of that. So now what we can do is we can hire a manager here who will boost our movement speed, and we can hire a manager here who will make it cheaper for us to upgrade if we so require. Alright, so we've hired managers a couple of times. As you can see, that was a quest that we hadn't really unlocked and clicked go, but it was done anyway. Now we need the mine shaft to get to level 10. We can't actually upgrade this and this yet, so we can only upgrade this. Oh well. Anyway, they will keep doing their thing. Let's use the skill. So let's get that person to run backwards and forwards. Alright, so we've used the manager skill. So now he should, in theory, be zooming backwards and forwards a lot quicker. That's fine, so let's claim that. We got a gem for it, so we've got 4 gems. And it wants us to finish upgrading the mineshaft and also open a second layer of mineshaft. Can we do that? Now this mouse wheel is backwards. I hate it. I don't know why so many people do this. So like if I scroll down, like pull my finger towards me, it goes upwards. But that's wrong. If I pull my finger towards me, it should go down. And if I roll my finger away from, roll the mouse wheel away from me, it goes downwards. That should make it go upwards because I'm rolling upwards. I don't know. It's a personal thing, but it bugs me. Anyway, let's see how far we can upgrade this. Alright, so we got it to level 10. We now have 2 people who are mining down there, so that's quite nice. And we've got level buttons for these 2 things now. We can hand in our quest. And for that we got a spell, which is interesting. And we can get 500 gold for using a spell. So let's go and have a look at the spell. Right, so we now have the spell, which will, I think, last for 5 minutes. But there's no way we can click on the spell to see what it does. So let's just use it because, we're still in the tutorial. Oh, there we go. If we click on use, it then tells us 2 times income for 5 minutes in all mines. So let's use that. And so it's over here, 2 times income. So we're doing pretty good. And I think what we need to do is start leveling this lad up. Oh, we can't. We don't have enough gold for that yet. Because now they take a certain amount of time to unload that, and there's also capacity limitations in each of these. Yeah. Oh, but what we can do is we can make this cheaper. So if we make it cheaper, we can upgrade it. And we get another upgrade there. So we've upgraded this twice. So that boosts our capacity and our loading speed, which I think is quite important. So yeah. It possibly speeds it up and down, up and down a little bit as well. What is our next level? 1008. Alright, we're not gonna get there before. Oh, we might. Yeah. Oh, and we can also claim the 500 from that. So we can keep upgrading here. Are we going to get it before the thing runs out? No, probably not. Maybe. It's gonna be close. Ah, no, we just didn't make it. Ah, yeah. And now he has a 5-minute cooldown before we do it. So yes, that is now the game. I think you can see where this is going. We have another mine shaft that we can open. This mine shaft delivers a lot more gold kind of per unleveled level to the thing. So yeah, so each mine shaft just gives us more profit accordingly. So I want to upgrade this person because they're now sort of working on both mine shafts and so on. And there's also a map button here that as you can see there's a lot, because this is where we are here, but hang on, tell us. Okay, so that says not available in demo. So yeah, I'm thinking all of these are this is just a hint to what the full game's going to look like. And this is where we spend our gems. Every 10 gems we're able to buy an iron chest. I don't know if we can, I mean it says common, I don't know if we can upgrade the value of the chest or whatever. But yeah, the chest gives us some kind of random reward, I think, every time we unlock it. And yeah, that feels very mobile game, because it feels like you'd be able to buy with real money the gems or something like that, and unlock it accordingly. But maybe not. I don't know. This is what it feels like. Okay, and so now the isekai element is we can, through various means, I think mostly quest completions and things like that, we can start unlocking other people, like special people that I assume we were supposed to have isekai'd from a different realm, who will then come and be our managers and give us very, very impressive benefits over these kind of standard managers that we have obviously hired in here. I don't want to upgrade that while it's at full price, so I'll wait 3 minutes for that. Anyway, that is enough at this game. I'm not going to give any critiques because, as I've said, we're doing the special Saturday thing where I'm just looking at the games, not really critiquing them, other than anything that jumps out at me while I'm about it. So yes, thank you for watching. Let's go look at the next one. Bye. We are looking at Reflecting Pool Rescue. This is obviously very, very topical, it's a big thing that is happening at the moment. If you're not aware of it, The current president of the US has promised to make the reflecting pool, which is a part of the complex in DC, I believe, um, to make it all clean and shiny and blue. And the previous president promised to do this, spent some money on it, and didn't quite succeed, I think, if I remember the situation correctly. And so what happened then is the current president has promised to do it much better and much cheaper, did all sorts of dodgy things behind trying to get it to happen. It has failed horribly. The pool has turned horribly green. Some damage has happened to it. Lots of blame is being thrown around. People have been arrested just for touching it. I don't know. There's a lot of insanity there. And of course, somebody then made an idle game about the insanity that has resurrected about it. I'm trying to stay politically neutral here because I don't want to turn it into a fight. But yeah, this has gone a bit mad. So obviously these developers, who appear to be weirdgears.games, I think, have made a bit of text that's a little bit small here, about how to play. Anyway, we have been, the game says that we have been hired to try and clean the pool for within 10 days before some kind of large event is happening. So we can click the pool for a small bonus, but workers do the actual work. So we need to click the pool to make enough money to then buy people to clean the pool. These are these kind of pop-ups that pop up that we need to click. We then use the money to buy upgrades. Bad things, happen, and we need to be able to either pay to get rid of the bad things or just deal with them. And this is the game goal, is to get to 100% clean before July the 4th, obviously. So let's begin the operation. So here we are. Here is the swamp that we can then furiously click, and as you can see, we can make a little bit of money each time we click it. And we can then beg for donations, and these things pop up that we need to click, so we get money from that for the reserve. You can see our currencies at the top there. So the top left currency is our money. Bad things happen that we then need to click on to counter it. So we need to have quick reactions there. So if we click on this, we get some money. I'm just trying to see now. Okay, so the upgrades that we buy, we have to pay with the money that we are earning by furiously clicking. We were able to buy a worker there who should then, in theory, be earning us some money to doing some cleanliness without us needing to click. But I think we need to click in the meanwhile because we need to make money fast. Because here's our time limit is our 10 days left here. Local TV crews filming the pool. Their coverage is sympathetic to the algae. The algae has no comment but looks great on cameras. So we can either ignore them, which will spike the decay for 15 seconds, or we can give them a guided tour, but that will cost $40,000 from our reserve, or $20,000 from our reserve, which will give us good PR and no spike. Let's give them good PR, no spike, see what happens. So we've lost a chunk of cash from our reserve, but we didn't get a delay spike, and we can hire another worker. So let's keep going. We can put $4,000 back into our Federal Reserve. And we can keep going. But now if something else happens, we don't have money. Our cleanliness hasn't even reached 1% yet, but we are getting more people to come in who will hopefully speed things up. Oh, we managed to counter that bad event. There's negative events that happen. You've got to click on them quickly before the timer runs out. There's more money for our reserve. We're up to 27,000. It's good to see. I think every day we get one of those major events that we need to then spend the reserve on. Another worker. We need to try and get to the point where we're 40,000 so we can have a crew. Oh, okay, the next day. We met with contractors today. Wow, just wow. Truth Social. 11:47 p.m. Workers must stand at attention. So we can either have the full ceremony and our workers pause for 25 seconds, which we don't want, or we can sneak the crew around the back, spending 20,000 from the reserve. Let's spend the 20,000 from the reserve. Yeah. All right. Oh, cross contamination in the money. So we've snuck the workers around the back. We aren't doing our standing to attention diligence. Yeah, another 10,000. We'll just do one more day and see how far we can get, and then you guys can come and play this. Links will all be in the description, as I've said. So yeah, we're up to 43,000 in our reserve. I only could spend that money on actually getting the crew. I think we have a decent crew here, but our cleanliness is still not climbing very fast. But I am clicking furiously. We're doing the cleaning. Oh, we've reached 1% cleanliness. Nice. Let's hope it... What's his name? Snowballs from there. We should get a little bit of a bonus every time we reach a percentage, just so we can then... Oh. 60,000 from the reserve. Alright, well... Alright, let's do that. We need to get rid of that thing. And that's it. That's all I'm going to play about this. I think this is a fun game, a nice little progressive, incremental thing. I wonder if my clicking actually makes a difference now. I'm going to wait till we get to 40,000 so we can buy an MPS crew. Hopefully that speeds things up a bit more. And as you can see, there's all sorts of other upgrades that we can go for there. And we need to pay attention to the game so we can keep clicking on the reserve pop-ups. And I like this sort of log of things happening there. I think there's a fair bit of AI. Let's press escape out and have a look at it. Notes as AI assisted code and text and things like that. I think a couple of the games this sort of weekend episode is going to have that kind of thing in it. But yeah, it's up to you if you are okay with that or not. If not, then don't play the game. And sort of let people know that you're not supporting the game because it has extensive AI use. I mean, we don't know how extensive the AI use is, so bear that in mind. Anyway, that's it for this game. Let's move on. Okay, we're taking a quick look at the Godscar, or also known as Godscar Idol. So this one is interesting, I thought, because this is not a programmer who's made this. He says so himself in the itch.io page. This is entirely vibe coded through AI. And I know a lot of you don't think we should have a look at these games or acknowledge them. I like to keep an eye on them. I mean, if you don't like that, don't come play the game. Don't support it. There's no sounds or anything like that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's still interesting to see how the game is shaped, how people are using AI to try and build stuff kind of at this extreme, where it's not a developer, he doesn't know what's going on, but he's had an idea for a game, I assume, and is basically just using the tools to try and manifest the game. And I think that's interesting. Good or bad, I'm not going to make a sort of a quality call on it. I know a lot of people are very against this kind of thing. But yeah, well, let's see what it's produced, how it's come out. So this is the Godscar. This is the starting page. On one of a trio of material planes clustered together within the multiverse, divine energy flashes through the darkness, attracting the attention of an eldritch being. Puncturing the plane's surface like a mosquito into flesh, the abomination left an eldritch wound on the reality, inflicting a semi-sentient collective entity upon the world that subsumes biomatter into itself to grow stronger and to take on useful aspects of those it assimilates. The locals have come to call it the Godscar. This is an extremely early build of the game. It's based on a D&D homebrew world. Think of this as an ad for that eventual D&D third-party setting book. Until then, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, my Cash App is Soul Legion. Sure. So if I interpret that, there's divine energy that has hit a plane, and presumably a planet within the plane, however that reality is supposed to work, and boom, it has created this thing which I suppose is something like that, that has that is like just this entity that consumes biomass and feeds on it and learns from it and grows. Kind of like the Tyranids from 40k, but just a solid mass rather than individual entities, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the first thing we go to is stats allocation. So it's four for each of these. So I'm going to say charisma, intelligence, and wisdom. Let's get just 2 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can go 2 more for each of these. I don't know. I always have a problem with it's required to put in stats at the beginning of a thing, because like you don't know what any of these stats do or what they mean or anything like that. So this is really quite annoying, quite pointless. How do I build a character when I don't know how to build the character? Nevertheless, let's go with that. So we are given this UI. We have a list of enemies, of which for some reason we can only attack 5 of. And on the tooltip over, we're giving a bunch of information and stats about them. It's quite meaningless to a new player. Nevertheless, it's nice to have it there. We have a combat tab. If we select one of the enemies, this starts furiously doing things as we fight them, with a log that sort of fills in here. And then these are kind of our stats over here and the upgrades. And we need biomass to buy these upgrades, which we have none. I think we get 1 biomass, possibly more than 1 if we defeat these. These are our stats. So if we just click on something like this, God's got idle 0.2. I'm pretty sure that number was different like a few minutes ago when I was testing this game out. So maybe he's actually just done a release on it. I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, let us click on this enemy. We have a Bard Demigod. That sounds like a hard fight. I don't know what this 100% is at the end. Anyway, let's click on it. Okay, no, he's beating the hell out of us and we're barely doing any damage. I think let's flee. So the Bard Demigod we're not able to fight, I guess. I think that maybe that's why it's red at the end there. Let's try a Seed Elf and see if we can fight them any better. Yeah, we can beat the hell out of the Seed Elf. Alright, so we beat up the Seed Elf. We got 2 biomass from it. That's quite nice. And we won quite convincingly. And then after we finish the battle, our health goes all the way back up again. That's the enemy's health is the red below it. So we just beat up on this. So I guess the enemy type defines how tough it is to fight it. For example, this is green, but this is also green. A wizard trollkin sounds tough, but okay, if we mouse over it, it says it's rank 2 tier 1, where this is rank 4 tier 1. Let's see if it's a bit tougher. Alright, yeah, this is a tougher fight. His health just keeps coming back, whereas ours is going down quite quickly. I don't know. I'm not seeing us beating this one. Alright, well, let's run away from it. So the green doesn't necessarily... I mean, he wasn't beating us too fast. There's a barbarian update who's rank 3. Let's see. But it's blue. Alright, we're just not doing much to him and he keeps healing himself. Yeah, no, he's beating us. So let's finish the Seed Elf. Because you see, we can only fight them like 5 times. We've got a cap. So we're able to beat it. So we've won 4 out of 5 times. So let's finish off the Seed Elf. Okay, then we slaughtered him on that one. So we have 10 biomass. We can't buy any upgrades. So we need something else. This is also a Seed Elf, but it's a rogue Seed Elf with rank 7 tier 2. Is this going to beat us up? Okay, it's a slightly more even fight. Nevertheless, we seem to be winning. Oh, he's fighting back. There we go. So we beat the Seed Elf. And we got 3 biomass from that. Nice. We can actually upgrade if we beat all these guys. Beat them 5 times. There we go. Okay, so we got 3. Oh, one more. Oh, he's fighting back. This last one won't go down. Alright, so we beat him. So now we can do an upgrade. We don't have anything for forms. We don't have anything for adaptations because those are all too expensive. So, upgrades. We have 22 biomass. We can either unlock Rot, which is charisma based. So it cancels enemy region and acts as a dot if higher. We can unlock Armor Pen, which is strength and dex. Negates enemy armor up to its value. Unlock Thorns, deals damage back to enemies that hit you, reduced by your armor. Unlocks magic damage and mana pool, bypasses enemy iron. Okay, well, obviously I didn't put any points into. Well, I put a lot less points into intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, so it doesn't help that half of this was based on those. Alright, well, let's go with unlock Rot. So we now have Rot. We've spent our 20 biomass. So let's fight the last of the Seed Elves and see if it makes a bit of a difference. Okay, well, we were slaughtering them quickly anyway, so that wasn't really much of a test. Let's attack this Trollkin, because he was just fending us off with his rapid regeneration. So now if we've turned that off... No, we haven't turned that off. Maybe our Rot and our charisma is just not enough. Maybe we just can't damage him. Yeah, he's winning. Okay, let's flee that. Let's try the Barbarian Undead, see if this makes a difference. Do I need to turn it on or anything? No. Alright, we're chipping away at him. We're getting somewhere. Oh, we're fighting the Barbarian. Barbarian Undead. Oh, he's starting to win. Alright, now I'm going to flee. That guy's quite tough. He's rank 11. Bard Demigod, is this guy still going to beat the hell out of us? Let's go. Nope, we're winning. Oh no, we're not winning. Nope. No, that's not good. Barbarian Foreigner? Alright, he's not doing much damage. No, he's fighting back. Oh, this is quite a tough fight. Okay, we're beating him up. Oh, we might actually win this. I'm worried he's going to get a sudden heavy hit on us and slam us down below. But we're slightly ahead in health. Okay, no, we're doing it now. Alright, so we won. And we got quite a chunk of biomass from that. That's quite nice. And as we win, we gain stats over here. So you can see we're all on 12. We've managed to gain Dex, Constitution, some Intelligence. Yeah, so that's the upgrade things I get. Now, the basic game mechanics are pretty good. The game is not particularly pretty looking. It's a lot of stats and things like that. I mean, idle games do get like this sometimes, but I think that's also a big problem with AI-based games and vibe coding and things like that, is that unless the sort of the developer or owner, I don't know if you can still call them a developer, steps in and manages the looks and the things like that quite heavily and quite extensively, the AI doesn't understand what looks good for us and what is information that we find interesting or immersive versus information that's just the information there, and how to hide it appropriately and things like that. I mean, it doesn't understand anything. It's AI is not intelligent. It's just, despite the name, it's just using examples to rebuild things a bit differently. It's amalgamated examples, as it were. and it doesn't really know how to prioritize elements of the things it's amalgamating from. So you end up with weird over focuses on certain elements and under focuses on other elements, and things like that. So yeah, if you are building something with AI, just remember that human, let's call it the human touch, is desperately needed to make it not AI slop, and that's where a lot of people are failing with their AI slop of different kinds. I wouldn't call this AI slop. I think I would call this a prototype that needs a lot of human-made cleaning up and tidying up and things like that behind it. I'm not going to descend into the depths of the morality of using AI tools to this level, replacing people and things like that. Affordability and exposure and access and things like that are also considerations. So yeah, this is interesting. It's definitely something I want to keep an eye on, and I'm quite content to have shown it to you guys. Even if you don't like it, at least you know about it and you know what people are doing. So yeah, I think that's all I need to say about that, and let's move on. Thank you. All right, we are looking at Kabuto Park, and this is something that is not only absolutely adorable and well made, but also proudly no AI. So as a contrast, the other things we're looking at today, this is, I think, a particularly good one. Also, there's music, which is nice. I do like the ones that have music in them. It makes the whole thing a lot more enjoyable, obviously. So this is actually a game that I've done another game by this developer, and I got a comment saying, "Have you looked at this one?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." And they said, "Well, look at it," and I have done, and it is amazing. So let's play it, because it's very, very cute, and I like it a lot. We can have a quick look at the credits. Lovely credits page. Have a look at the settings. Got all the quality of life control stuff I like to see. And then there's the play button. Let's jump in. This is just the demo. Link is in the description. Come and check it out, and take a look at the full version if you are so inclined. So, it says, "Hey, welcome to this little demo. There is no tutorial yet. You'll need to discover things by yourself. I hope you have a good time. Love, Doot," who is the developer. So we're going to say, cool, thank you. It was not hard to figure out. I do have rants in my other videos about how important tutorials and introductions and things are to your game. Nevertheless, this was still quite comfortable. Looking at the UI, we have 14 gold and 8 sweets. We use the sweets to level up the bugs, and the gold obviously to buy things. On the left here we have the map, the list of our collections. It's a game about collecting bugs and then battling them in a cute sort of push of war battle, like sumo battle. We can fight particular people, but we have no bugs to fight yet, so we can't do that. And then there is the shop, in which we can buy better boots and a better bug net, I guess. I'm not sure if that controls the quality of the bugs we get. We can buy candy, except we can't because it's locked. Okay, so that's stuff we can only buy in the full game. There's a Bugopedia and a magnifier. I don't know what benefits leveling those up actually gives to us. Maybe we just find better bugs, I don't know. Nevertheless, how do we find bugs? Well, we go to the map, we pick a location. I think the only location we can go to at the moment is the farm, because the lake requires better boots. We don't have the money or the boots yet. There is also a swamp and a forest, but I think those are both locked in the demo. And it's a nice map that shows you where first aid and fire assembly and things are. Anyway, we can go to the sunny farm, and we can say yes, we can go there. It's free to go there. And then there are points on the map that we can look for things. So let's have a look down here, for example. And we go and have a look, and we find a bug, and then we have to play this little game to catch the bug. We did very well. So we caught ladybug. I guess it's quite big for a ladybug, but not for a generally bug. And we can catch 2 bugs per visit, I think. So let's go have a look further into the field. And we got whatever the hell this thing is. Now I will say, if we click on the blue space, we get a little bit closer, and then the blue becomes a full green space. So that's quite nice. And we got it. We got a rainbow beetle. It was 3 centimeters, so not too big for a rainbow beetle. Nevertheless, we can have a look at the details. And the ladybug has, well, these cards, which are abilities that you can use while fighting. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It is quite big, so better stats for the species. And a little comment from us: I think I'd rather be a bug than a lady. Bugs are way cooler than rich people. So fair enough. Yeah, and we can level the bug up with spending some sweets and things like that. Let's just keep it because we might as well. And then we have a rainbow beetle, which is fairly small, but we'll hang on to it for now. It loves to dig tunnels and looks a bit lost when outside. I'm the opposite. Yeah, so it's just level 1. It's got some stats. We'll keep it. I'm not going to sell it. So now we have some bugs, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go back there and just catch another pair, just because we only have 2. What have we got? Oh, another ladybug. Let's catch it. It's a smaller one, so maybe we'll sell that one for some sweets, I think. Oh, B. Oh, we almost didn't get it. This time we got it. It's a bumblebee. Oh, it's quite a biggest one. So let's have a look at the details. This is the smaller ladybug, so I'm actually going to sell that one, get some sweets. And this is an average bumblebee, but I do like bumblebees, so let's keep them. Alright, this one looks like, just looking at the cards, it looks a bit more sophisticated to fight with. Nevertheless, it's all supposed to be wholesome, so let's keep that. Now what we can do is we can have a look at our bugs. What I am going to do is I'm going to level you up. And I'm going to level you up. And the rainbow beetle, let's give you another level. Bumblebee, we're going to take 4 to level up. Ladybug, I think let's level you up as well. Alright, so we've spent all our sweets, unfortunately, but we have leveled them up a fair bit. So now let's go and have a look at a battle. So we are going to fight against Jun, who's only going to fight with 2 enemies, but he does have a rhino beetle, which are quite tough, I think, and a rainbow. So let's put our people in there. He seems quite happy we're going to fight 2 against 3, but I suppose this is just our starting battle. We have a whole tournament that I think we're helping organize to go on there. Yeah, let's go do battle. Okay, so we do get a little bit of a tutorial for the battle. It says, okay, wait, I have to explain how fights work. Your goal is to push the opposing team out of the ring. Teams push one after another and click on cards to use them. That's it, have fun. So it's doot. We say cool. And we push. And they're winning. Now the cards kind of charge up. And if we use a charge, then it affects the charge on all the cards. So if we say, for example, we boost this, you can see how other cards go down a bit. We can do a strength boost. And we win. So that's a battle, basically. It pushes backwards and forwards. We use the cards. The cards do various things. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So we won a bunch of money and we won some sweets. So what I would like to do now is I would like to go and update my boots, which will give us access to more places. If we head to the map, we go and have a look at the lake. It does cost us 2 gold to go there, but we can get a couple of bugs out of this. So let's see what we can go and get from this area. Let's look on the tree. And yeah, nice big rhino beetle, nice. Oh, he's okay, medium size, not bad. Shall we look amongst the reeds? What have we got there? Oh, another rainbow beetle. Okay, also mid-sized. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any real benefit to going here instead of on the farm if we just got slightly better stats than we might have. We're going to keep the runner beetle. And this is, oh, okay, so maybe much higher levels. So let's keep that. Alright. So let's do another battle. And I think what I am going to do is I'm going to unselect these lads. And let's just go with our new people. Because they have higher levels. And they look tougher, more pushy. Let's fight one more battle, and then that'll be it for this this viewing. And we're going. Oh, we're holding. Let's push. Oh, he's fighting back. And let's kick. Yeah, we fought back there. We're pushing. It's our turn. Let's push. And oh, he's fighting back, and we win. 20 gold and 5 sweets. We're doing good. We beat whoever the person was. Sorry, person. I don't think we can go back and fight anyone that we haven't already... we've already fought. I think it's just we have to fight our way through the tournament. Anyway, that is enough to look at this game. I think this is absolutely adorable. I think of all the games in this particular episode, I would recommend this would be the one. Go and play it. Link is in the description. Give the devs some love. Check out the full game. All of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, let's move on. Right, we are looking at Hamstronaut. This is an absolutely adorable little game. The moment I found this one, I had to show it off. I thought it was super cute, super sweet, short little game, little sort of clicker, incremental type of game. Yeah, let's check it out. Let's let the game speak for itself. Meet Gary. Gary is absolutely certain the moon is made of cheese. You will not be changing his mind. The plan. Spin Gary's wheel. Sell the power for cash. Buy a bunch of junk. Build a rocket. And fling Gary at the moon. Spinning. Stop the bouncing needle in the middle. Tap the bar or smack the space bar. Dead center equals big spin. That is the whole game. Now go make Gary proud. So here we have Gary in his wheel. Here we have the bar that we need to hit spacebar to stop in the middle, or click if you want, but I'm going to hit spacebar in the sweet spot where we missed it. And the wheel spins a bit, as you see at the top. As the wheel slowly spins, we gain some money for the cheese fund. And the money is based on RPM, energy a sec, and there's various upgrades that we can buy that then make the spin better. So we keep spinning it, and as it goes, we slowly increase money. And as we can see, the first upgrade we can afford in a moment is the hamster grease, so the wheel coasts longer. So let's add that, and we sort of said ka-ching. So each spin, we get a little bit more coast from the wheel, and obviously if we messed that one up, and you can see we have a little recharge bar at the bottom. That is our recharge between attempts to make the wheel spin. And obviously if we can time it right and get the recharges back, we get sort of more momentum behind the wheel. Anyway, we can buy a leg day, stronger, so it's basically get the wheel to spin a bit faster in its starting as we spin it. It's very distracting to try and concentrate and get the timing right. Let's get a bit more grease so it coasts a little bit longer. There's no real sort of idle element behind this, I don't believe. We get more money per spin, which is not as satisfying in terms of keeping the wheel spinning, because that becomes the game in itself. It's like that, yes, there is the satisfaction in the sort of incremental elements where we buy the upgrades, but there's also satisfaction in being able to keep the wheel spinning, keep the momentum going. So let's buy upgrade. So there's like 2 satisfaction elements. I think this is one of the reasons why this game is so cute, so adorable. Let's get a bit more grease. There we go. Now the wheel's really going. We can make a bit more money per spin. I love the sounds of the game. It's all just sort of made by a person, as far as I can tell. And then once we get there, we also have the grippy paws upgrade, which widens the bullseye, so that does make life a lot easier. Whoops. Whoops. I'm basically just trying to buy things as they become available. I don't know what the priority is. The game is not that sophisticated. Whoops, whoops, whoops. After I expanded it as well. That was stupid. No, I was distracted by clicking on it at the same time. Can in fact build the rocket, but I just want to keep upgrading. I'm glued to the addictions of the upgrades. Possibly this is what all hamsters are like. They start off with the intention to get to the moon, and they just get distracted. Well, anyway, let's build the rocket, and then we basically need to speed it up to the point where our rocket is powered by the rate that we can speed it up to. So we're basically spending money on making us get a bit more money per thing, so we can increase leg day, which will give us more RPM. Let's launch. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna make it?
Hooray!
And we made it, and it was cheese the whole time. Everyone told him the moon wasn't made of cheese. He flew up there and took a bite. It was cheese. He lives there now. And art hand drawn in Excalibur and sound effects by my kid, age 7. So this is a magnificent game. I heartily recommend it. This is very satisfying, very fun to play. Link is in the description. Come and give it some love. Come give the developers some love. And this is a good one. All right. So that was it. Those are the 5 games for today. Let me know in the comments if you have a serious issue with the sort of weekend format, if you prefer a more intensive look at an individual game as opposed to kind of a more general look at multiple games like this. And yeah, and of course the inverse as well. If you much prefer, having a shorter look at more games, let me know. Or if you just like both of them, that's great. But yeah, don't forget to like or dislike if you'd like or dislike the video, not the games particularly. Go tell the devs if you like or dislike the games. I didn't make the games. I'm just showing them off, and maybe briefly talking about them. And yeah, so leave the comments, other comments about the games or comments about anything you want to talk about, because I love to hear from you guys. And yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe. I try and do at least a game a day. So obviously I did 5 games today, so this should allow for 5 days of not showing a game. But obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to try and do a game a day during the week, and then a few extra games on the weekends in this format. So yeah, if that interests you, if you're interested in seeing little snippets of actual indie games from the base grassroots that support the gaming industry, yeah, hit that subscribe button, stick around, join the community. And yeah, thank you for those who've actually sent some support in through. But I think the biggest support you can give to me at this point in life is just to make sure you're a subscriber, comment on some videos, and help grow this channel. We are eventually going to have more sort of subscriber focused stuff. There's going to be a Discord, probably be open to everyone, but there'll be extra stuff in there, maybe for subscribers, for Patreons, or whatever that thing is. I don't know. I don't want to go too far down that path. I'm trying to make this for everyone, and maybe a few benefits for the people who support directly, but otherwise I really don't want to wrap things up behind paywalls and things like that. So hopefully just YouTube support, and for those of you who just want to contribute a little bit extra, will be more than enough to keep this going. And my passion, I think that's the main driver here. I want to get these grassroots games out there so that people can have the kind of heavy game presence in the upbringing that I had growing up, because I think that's really useful. I think that's very helpful. I think there's a lot you can learn from games. I think there's a lot of mental stability that can come from the regular forms of healthy entertainment, all of that kind of stuff. I think games are important for modern society, and I'm trying to keep them from becoming the domain of big corporations who will use them to screw every cent they can out of us. Yeah, so that's my goal here. I think games are important, and I want to keep them something that people have access to, that people can play easily. So yeah, support the mission by clicking like and subscribing and commenting and joining us in our efforts to keep games in the hands of the people that the games are for. They're not for corporations to make profits. They're for people to play and learn and enjoy, and build a culture and a community around. Yeah. So yes, I hope this video has been one more step along that path, and I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.